Assalamualaikum dear students. This is International Islamic University, Islamabad Schools, Sahiwal Campus, English, Grade 3, Unit number 2, Lecture number 2, Brochure. General Instructions. Students, bring your students' book and classic notebook. Open them and keep them open during lecture. Write date, topic, and index properly. Listen to your teacher attentively and write all the important points said by the teacher on your classic notebook. So, dear students, open your page number 13 of your student's book. Here is exercise about language, parts of speech. So here we will know about noun and verb. What is noun and what is verb? By knowing these two parts of speech, we can solve question number 1. So noun, a word other than a pronoun used to identify any of a class of people, place or thing, like common noun, or to name a particular one of these proper noun is known as noun. So a noun is basically name of something, either it is a common or either it is proper. So noun is basically a word that identify any class of people, any class of places or things, that describe about something, that describe about persons, that describe about places, that shows their name. Either it is a common noun or either it is a proper noun. For example, Ali is running. Example number 2, we went to Lahore. So in these examples, Ali and Lahore are noun. These are names that identify them. So these are known as noun. Verb. What is verb? Verbs are the action words in a sentence that describe what the subject is doing. So these are basically action words. These describe about the subject, that what the subject is doing. Either he is running, he is walking, or she is running or she is walking, or anything else. So verb describe about what the subject is doing. For example, she walks daily. We run along the seaside. So in these example, walks and run are verb. These are verb that describe about someone, that someone is walks daily and we run along the seaside. So these are example of verb. Language, parts of speech. So now we will solve question number 1. You have to solve this question on your classwork notebook. Question number 1 is, copy the table, write the parts of speech in these sentences in the correct column. So you have to prepare a column on your classwork notebook as it is shown in the page number 13. A column for noun is made and a column for verb is draw over here. So you have to draw a table like this and read the sentences below. Here are 6 sentences given, so you have to read one by one and separate noun and verbs in the correct columns. For example, Misbah visited the museum. Here an example is given. Misbah visited the museum. So in that sentence, Misbah and museum are noun, while visited shows the action of Misbah. So visited is a verb. Students, read the given sentences and write noun and verb in the correct column on your classwork notebooks. Okay students, open page number 13 of your student's book. Here is a question number 2, that copy the sentence, circle the adjectives. So first we will know about the adjectives, that what are adjectives. Adjective, a word that describes the quality or the property of a noun is called adjective. So the word that describe about the property or the qualities of a noun for which this sentence is written, like she is a beautiful girl. So adjective is a beautiful girl. So in this example, the adjective is beautiful girl that describe the property of noun, as the sentence is written, she is a beautiful girl. So beautiful girl is a adjective that describe the property of a noun, and noun in this sentence is she. So these are known as adjectives. So adjectives are the properties or the qualities that are described. So examples are like beautiful girl, small kid, precious watch. These are qualities of something. So now you have to solve question number 2 on your student's book. Question number 2 is copy the sentence, circle the adjectives. For example, we saw some colorful birds in the forest. So bird is a noun and here colorful is adjective. So the quality or the property is colorful, and the noun for which this quality or property is described is birds. So this is a sentence that we saw some colorful birds in the forest. So colorful is an adjective and it describes the birds. Dear students, read the sentences given on the page number 13 and think about the adjectives and circle them. So you have to read the sentence one by one and then find out that what the adjective is placed in this sentence. So you have to solve this question. Unit number 2, brochure. So here is a homework. So you have to do this homework very neatly with a neat handwriting. Think about all the questions mentioned below and write their answers on your English student's book. So you have to write these answers of these questions on your student's book. Student's book, page number 14. Students, open your page number 14 of your student's book. You have to write date, mention homework and day on the top of this page. Question number 3. Copy the words in the bold type. Say whether they are noun, verbs or adjectives. So here you have to separate noun, verbs and adjectives. So you have to write above the bold words N for noun, V for verbs and A for adjectives. So you have write the first alphabet of noun, verb and adjective. So you find out within bold words that what is verb, noun or adjective and separate them as N, V and A. Dear students, open your workbook, page number 7. Think about all the questions mentioned below and write their answers on your English workbook. So you have to write date, mention homework and day on the top of this page. Question number 4. Look at page number 7. Add ing to make the following verbs adjectives. So you have to make these verbs and you have to change these verbs into adjectives by putting ing at the last of these verbs. When the verb ends in E, drops E before adding ing. So if a verb ends at E, so you have to drop E and then you have to write ing, so it will make a proper adjective. Like first one is interest, so you have to write ing, it will become interesting. Interest is a verb and interesting is an adjective. So you have to solve this question in that manner. Question number 5. Complete the sentence with an adjective ending in ing. So you have to choose that adjectives that end in ing. So you have to complete these sentences. For example, the first sentence is some of the information about the trees was. So here the adjective that is written is confusing. So confuse is a verb and confusing is an adjective. So here some of the information about the trees was confusing. So it is a proper adjective that is written over here. So you have to solve this question like this. Question number 7. Move to page number 8 of your workbook. First, we will discuss about question number 6. Which part of speech is the word in bold type? Tick the correct column. So, here it is the same question just like question number 3 on your student's book. So, you have to separate and you have to choose whether a sentence has a verb, noun, or adjective. For example, the first sentence, we saw a heron in the reserve. So here heron is a noun. So you can mark a tick on the place of noun. So in that manner you have to solve that whether the sentence has a verb, noun or adjective. Whatever the sentence has, you just have to mark a tick on the place of the verb, noun or adjective. Question number 7. Use adjectives to complete this account. So on the page number 8 of your workbook, you have to complete an account by using adjectives. For example, last week Tahir's class went to a museum in Lahore. The museum building were quiet. So in that statement, their adjectives are used that complete the account. So you have to use adjectives to complete that account. For example, the first one is dash first watched an dash film about the Ravi River. The film showed picture of. So you have to write adjectives to solve this account. So this is the end of the lesson. Allah Hafiz.